So how does a TV show become a global sensation, like practically overnight? Well, a lot of the time, it all comes down to a perfect first episode. Today, we're going to break down the narrative masterclass that is the opening of Squid Game and see exactly what made it so powerful, so electrifying, and honestly, so impossible to turn off.
This quote right here, it gets to the absolute core of the episode. The whole thing is built on this brutal bait and switch, this incredible golden opportunity that just rots from the inside out. And that one idea, that's the foundation for all the tension and horror that's about to come.
But see, before we even get to the games and all the chaos, the show does something truly brilliant. It grounds its absolutely wild premise in a painfully real human crisis. And for that, we need to meet our main guy.
So meet Sang-gi-hun. He's not some superhero, he's not an action star. He's just a man who's at the absolute end of his rope, drowning in gambling debt, letting his family down. His problems are so normal, and that's what makes them deeply relatable. He's our anchor to reality before this whole story just dives headfirst into the surreal.
And, when you're that desperate, just about any offer starts to seem plausible. A mysterious man on a subway platform presents him with a way out, a simple game, with a cash prize big enough to solve every single one of his problems. For Gi-hun, it's this tiny glimmer of hope, a lottery ticket that feels almost too good to be true. Okay, and this is where the show's genius really starts to reveal itself. It takes the familiar comfort of childhood games and just twists it into a literal, horrifying fight for survival. So, the first game is red light, green light. I mean, it's a game most of us have played, right? It brings up all these feelings of nostalgia, of innocence. The characters and us watching at home were all immediately put at ease. The whole setup feels kind of safe, almost silly.
And right here, this is the trap. The promise is so simple, a game with rules we all understand. But the reality, the reality, is horrifyingly different. The rules are the same, sure, but the consequences for breaking them are, well, they're permanent. You aren't just out of the game.
You're in this bright, cheerful arena, there's upbeat music playing, and the first players who move on red light, they aren't just sent back to the starting line.
They're instantly, graphically shot by hidden snipers. And in a single gut-wrenching moment, the entire premise is shattered. That childhood game becomes a killing field, and there is no way out. That shock is it's visceral, but it's not random. It's the result of some seriously precise narrative design. So let's actually deconstruct the art of tension that makes this episode so masterfully unsettling. That word, shattered, is perfect because it's not a slow burn, it's a sudden, violent break. The cheerful music doesn't fade out, it keeps